Although the video was filmed during daytime, this incident took place in the early hours of the 16th of April 2009. Response officers Lawrence Magubeni and Teddy Matabata report on duty for their third night shift. This is R.O. Magubeni's first shift alone after he successfully completed 3 weeks of in-service induction training and 2 weeks of formal external response officer training. R.O. Magubeni is posted in the Echo 4 and R.O. Matabata is posted in the Echo 5 call sign.
It was my first shift to work as an RO. At about approximately 2:45, there was an alarm activation which we were supposed to attend in Woodmead.
Later, an alarm activation is received from the Woodmead Retail Park and R.O. Matabata is dispatched to the scene.
2 Charlie 2, yeah, I've got ink distributors. Simply Mac, Woodmead Drive, shop 56. Woodmead Retail Park, code 2 activation 0409 0409.
10-4, proceeding over Simply Mac.
According to the training, they say that each and every call, treat it seriously, take it seriously. Don't say that maybe it's code 2, a call, whatever. You have to treat it seriously.
Due to a safety alert issued after a recent gang robbery at the same retail center, R.O. Lawrence Magubeni is assigned as backup.
Come guys, no playing around. Are you close to Woodmead, shop 56?
Echo 4, you as well. Go to ink distributors, Woodmead Drive, shop 56. Woodmead Retail Park, code 71 for Echo 5.
Yeah, 12 Charlie, can I proceed?
Yeah, 10, that's why I asked you to go, because I don't know if one will find it very quickly.
Yeah, copy that, Charlie. But 5 is also there. Can I go to the place? Can I proceed?
The 2 response vehicles arrive simultaneously at the retail park. R.O. Matabata realizes that there is suspicious movement and vehicles parked at the traffic lights outside the center.
There was a group. There was a lot of guys who were waiting for us at the robots before we even reach the place where we were supposed to respond.
From a later investigation, it was established that a large gang of armed suspects had forced their way into the shopping center. Then they drove in with a 1-ton truck, 2 pickups, and a number of cars, and made their way into jewelry, electronic, and computer shops. Simultaneously, a number of stopper groups in vehicles and on foot took position around the outskirts of the retail park to safeguard their colleagues. The response officers noticed vehicles speeding towards them. They had been spotted by the stopper groups, who gave chase to stop them from fleeing. As they turned back, they noticed 2 police vehicles heading in the direction of the entrance from which they had exited. The 2 police vehicles enter the retail park, and a shootout ensues. The police officers returned fire, but ran out of ammunition as they were using 9mm pistol, while the stopper groups utilized automatic assault weapons and shotguns.
I called Lawrence Magubeni, pointed the people that are doing movement into the mall. I told him, my friend, it's dangerous now. Let us do anything. Then he asked me what we can do. Then I said, no, let us run, because that people there are too many people. Then I make U-turn, he followed me.
I was behind him, about 100 meters away from the first car. So maybe their motto was to leave us to get inside so that they can corner us together.
Meanwhile, the ROs flee gunshots as 2 armed men are running next to the road and more suspects are shooting at them while hanging out of the vehicles pursuing them.
I felt confused because they were shooting both sides, left, right, hand side.
When he followed me, they shot my car. Then I thought that they shot the wheel, because when I pressed the accelerator, I thought this car doesn't move.
There were guys who were coming on foot, chasing us. and busy shooting us.
The ROs are barricaded in by the gunmen, and they stop in the road. RO Matabata's vehicle is in front, and he exits his car and runs into an open piece of field next to the road where he hides. While running into the field, shots are fired in his direction, but he is not wounded.
Parked my car, then I jumped out. I ran into the open field where I fell down, and the suspect thought that they already shot me. Well, I'm not shot. Then I hid myself there. They attacked my friend, Mr. Lawrence Magubeni.
Because he was the first one. He was the first one to be barricaded because he was in front of me. And then on to find out, he just pulled out the handbrake, and then he ran to the field. And then I didn't have a chance because I was barricaded by the car of these guys, and the company car as well. So those guys were on me.
Magubeni places his firearm on his lap while gunshots shatter the windows of his car. His door is pulled open by one of the suspects.
Those were from the first car. They came to me, and those were busy firing, chasing behind. So I was trapped inside.
A second armed suspect hangs through the window on the passenger side and points a weapon in RO Magubeni's face, commenting that he must be shot.
Where's your firearm?
Fell on the ground.
I was shot already by the time, on the hand. And then the other guy came on the passenger seat. And then the window was broken already. And then that's when he started to say, no, okay, let us shoot this guy. Let us shoot this bastard. He was telling the other one who was on my driver's seat. And then this one, he said, no, the one who's on my right-hand side, on the driver's seat, he said, no, let us not shoot him because we have the gun. So that is, and then the other one who's on the left-hand side, he said, you're talking nonsense. So that's when he started to pull out the 9mm.
Don't be clever!
And then he just put it on my left-hand side here, and then he shot me.
Don't be clever! Don't be clever! Don't be clever!
The gunshot fractures RO Magubeni's hip, penetrates through his lower abdomen, and gets stuck in his right-hand side hip bone. The suspects jump into their vehicles and flee the scene. RO Matabata hears that the gunfire has stopped and runs to RO Magubeni's vehicle, where he finds him lying wounded.
While I was lying there, I heard the gunshot, and I told myself that today I'm dead. But I was already on the action. If someone can come here, even if I can die, I'll die with someone.
RO Matabata reports the incident to the radio dispatcher, and the message is escalated to Chubb management.
Charlie, the area itself, the shopping complex, armed robbery is happening there. They stop every car that pass by. We are already been robbed.
Who was robbed?
Myself, I've been shot, and my gun is gone.
They robbed you?
10-2, Charlie.
No, not 10-2. Echo 4, did they take your firearm?
Positive, over, positive.
Paramedics arrive on the scene and stabilize RO Magubeni. He is transported to hospital where he undergoes emergency surgery.
Incidents like this, what happened to me, it can happen at any time. So they must take their calls seriously, and most of the time they must wear their bulletproofs. They must wear their PPEs because it's very important. Don't say that as an officer. So I know the place. This place is very quiet. So it's hot now. I must take out my bulletproof. No, just put it on all the time, because that's what saved me. Because I could have been dead right now. Because the bullet went straight to the chest, and then I was saved by the bulletproofs. So please, guys, do where you put on your bulletproof all the time. Be safe. Safety first. The company, the policy of the company says that. Safety first. Always wear your PPEs.
Following the shootout with the police officers, the gang had fled the scene, but left their truck and a number of stolen items behind. Three days later, 3 men, aged between 29 and 30, were arrested in connection with 2 robberies at the shopping centre. Some of the stolen equipment was seized, and an R5 automatic rifle confiscated from one of the suspects. The R5 rifle had been stolen from a police officer in Soweto earlier in 2009.